a lot of the brothers, because of their lack of diet, it actually affects their sexual performance. Mm-hmm. A lot of these brothers ain't lasting.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, they can't even get it up. They can't even get it up.
They can't even get it up at all right now. Talk to us about that, because how connected is your diet to the erectile dysfunction our culture is
very
facing?
Connected. And it goes back to sugar. So the excess sugar damages it restricts blood flow. So it damages nerve endings, your blood vessels. So it restricts blood flow. That's all an erection is blood flow. If there's no blood flow, there's no erection. Right? And
Very
then
simple.
if you have minimal blood flow, then it's not even stiff. Okay? So it's not even...
Can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing with that. Right? And so, yeah, that's serious. But you can fix it. So I have this phrase. I said, if you did it, you can undo it. Right? So can I just give you a little quick biology lesson?
Please.
Absolutely.
Okay. So to make this make sense, you're like, how are you saying this is sugar, right? So let me just say, food is the foundation to achieving optimal health, right? Food is, right? So let me give you this biology lesson. So if you break us down, like a human being, break us all the way down to our most basic unit, we're made up of cells, right? And so I read this in a book one time and it blew me away. And it said, it takes 19 vitamins and minerals with 9 amino acids with the perfect protein to make a perfect cell, right? And it says if you're missing one nutrient, you're making imperfect cells for 7 days. And those imperfect cells manifest into disease, right? So in essence, there's only one root cause of disease, and that's malfunctioning of cells. So I don't care whatever the condition, the disease, whatever it is, one root cause, malfunctioning of cells, right? And then there are two main causes of that: lack of nutrients and exposure to toxins. Okay. All right. So now this thing, I call this the cell theory, right? So we have cells make up tissues, tissues make up organs, organs make up organ systems make up the organism, which is the person. Okay. So when I talked about those 19 vitamins and minerals things, where do you get vitamins and minerals from?
Fruits and vegetables.
Right. Food, right?
Food, correct.
Okay.
Or meat or vitamins if it ain't coming from the food.
Okay, that too. Yeah, that too. Right, supplements
meals
too.
once a day.
Right.
Supplements.
Trash. But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You just exposing everything. I just
Right.
throw my whole nutrition out the window.
We're going to get you right. Right, so the vitamins and minerals come from food, right? So those cells, right? So if you have healthy cells, right? They're going to make healthy tissues, which will make healthy organs. Your heart, your liver, your lungs, your skin, which is your largest organ, your kidneys, right? Which will make healthy organ systems, reproductive system, cardiovascular system, central nervous system, digestive system, lymphatic system, urinary, right? All these systems. If you have healthy organ systems, you'll be a healthy person. The converse is also true. If you have unhealthy cells, the people that's out there eating Chick-fil-A and Panera bread and just eating, trash, then you're going to have unhealthy tissues, unhealthy organs, organ systems. You're going to be an unhealthy person, right? So you say, okay, Coach, well, how do I, if I'm unhealthy, like how do I change this, right? When I say if you did it, you can undo it. In our bodies right now, we have trillions of cells, trillions, right? But guess what? The body replaces 330 billion cells every 24 hours. 330 billion cells are being replaced. That's roughly 3.8 million cells every second of your life. Okay? So shout out to prophetess Tiffany Montgomery. She said, so you can either have 3.8 million angels working on your behalf or 3.8 million devils working against you. Okay? And so I'm dating myself, but there used to be this show that came on when I was a kid called the $6 billion Man, right? Okay. And so he was like a bionic man. He got in this bad accident and they was like, we can rebuild him, so build him back up. He was like a robot, but that's in essence what you're doing. Like food is information, right? And so anything you put in your body is either building you up or breaking you down. That's it. There's no gray area. Anything you eat is building you up or breaking you down, right? Because remember the cells. Right. Remember, food makes up the cells, right? So you're either going to create healthy cells or unhealthy cells. So if a person is diabetic, okay, like my husband, right? He was in DKA, and we start replacing those 3.8 million cells with now healthy cells, and we reverse this condition. So your knees are hurting you, right?
Yeah.
Those 3.8 million cells. Now we start replacing it with health, no sugar, like protein, vegetables. Okay, we know sugar is your issue, so you don't need fruit, right? You don't need grains.
Just bought a big watermelon, all juicy.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I drink watermelon. Oh,
Watermelon is my thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Come on, y'all. So, okay, here it is. 5 deadly fruit. And I call them deadly. Look at these faces. Okay.
I just pray you don't
Better
say
not say
watermelon.
watermelon.
Listen. I call them deadly because they're high in sugar. You want to know what they are?
What is it?
Watermelon, mango, pineapple, bananas,
Literally the only fruits I buy.
grapes.
Those
the
only
best fruits.
Those are 5 fruits I put in my cart every time
You're
I go in
addicts. Just raise your right hand.
there. Oh yeah, we just had a whole tantrum on here.
Just raise your right hand and say,
we just had a whole
I am
crack
Ryan,
syndrome.
I am Tyshawn, and I am
Get
an
the
addict.
sugar. Oh,
I'm
my
a sugar
goodness.
addict.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And that's why your knees hurt. See, I already knew it.
Most people don't realize this. You're not stuck because you lack talent. You're stuck because your mind isn't renewed. You've got the goals, the dreams, even a belief, but no structure. So we created the Renew the Mind Journal, a daily system designed to help you reset your thinking and rebuild your habits from the inside out. I meet people all the time who are grinding, praying, trying, but they don't have a real process to stay consistent and aligned. This journal gives you that. Daily prompts, scripture, routine builders, reflection tools, everything you need to stay spiritually sharp and mentally disciplined. And when you stick with it, your thoughts get clearer, your habits get stronger, and your life starts moving. So click the link in the description and grab your journal before they're gone.
And you know what's, because I hit the same, I literally hit the same aisles in the farmer's market every Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was convinced.
What
that
vegetables do you put in there?
Honestly, I only eat 2 vegetables.
Herein lies the problem. Okay.
I get 2 stalks of asparagus.
Okay.
And a huge bag like of $6.99 bag of spinach. I eat spinach like twice a day. I probably eat like 2 handfuls of spinach a day.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the only vegetables I eat.
Cook down in butter?
Well, the first is I put like this much, like 2 handfuls, this much in my smoothie. I eat that in the morning.
Okay.
And then the last I cook. I cook it in butter.
Oh, wow.
What should I? Oh my God.
We supposed to eat the spinach raw?
Yeah. Remember,
Oh, salad.
you remember principle
But see,
number 2?
salad.
See, I thought about salad, but see, I gotta have dressing, so that's why I don't eat salad.
Yeah.
How do we wet the salad? How do you
No, I use a
recommend?
dressing. It's one that I recommend, and that's Newman's Own olive oil and vinegar. All my people in the rowboat know it. Newman's Own olive oil and, because it has no sugar. It has no sugar, but it tastes good.
So it's probably
Okay,
disgusting.
I know.
No, it's not. You see how you do? You see how you do? Y'all see?
Okay, I know Newman's. They make dressing. Yeah.
Only olive oil and vinegar though. That's the only
Okay,
one.
That's easy to remember.
All the other ones have sugar.
And one more time.
Newman's. Yeah, it says classic oil and vinegar.
Okay, classic oil and vinegar.
Yeah.
No sugar. Okay, I'm down
No
with that.
sugar.
I can do that.
And it tastes
Okay.
good. All my people, they say, oh, it really tastes good. Yeah. So yeah, that you remember principle number 2: eat it as close to its original state as possible. So you cook that, you're done.
Wow.
You're not getting the same nutritional value, right? Because you put it in the smoothie, so you're not eating it whole, and then you cooked it in fire and butter, and so like,
It's crazy the things that you think are healthy.
I know.
Bro, I'm walking around that shop. I was walking around farmer's market with pride. Like, yeah, look at all my vegetables and look at all that.
Yeah.
So what vegetables you have in your cart?
Sweet potato. So my lady's Jamaican, so we cook a lot of like it's always the same ones. It's gonna be some sweet potato.
Wait,
Sugar.
that's not a vegetable, is it?
Sugar. It's a vegetable, yeah. But you see how you go into the sugar though. What else you got?
Yeah. Sweet potato, potatoes, carrots.
Mm-hmm.
What else we using? Onions, and I mean we getting some peppers.
Yeah.
But they like the frozen peppers for mostly. Sometimes they fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably kind of like the base for all of our meals,
So you
like
said
soups,
sweet potato, and
carrots, and
Is onion
what
a
else
vegetable?
go in a soup? What else we put in a soup?
She put pumpkin in there sometimes, right?
Sometimes like a pumpkin base,
Yeah.
but that's kind of I don't really eat. Oh, maybe we might buy some cabbage, but Jamaicans eat to cook down cabbage.
Yeah.
They like kind of cook it down a little bit.
Right.
So that's kind of like that's really my vegetables right there.
Yeah, but I just noticed you said sweet potato, and carrots. That's sugar. All 3 of those.
What are the right vegetables we supposed to be eating out here?
So
help us know
it's plenty
what.
of vegetables you have.
If I just wanted to keep it simple and regularly just put a couple groceries on and I can go ahead and just start throwing in the salad and eating, what should I look to buy?
So this is what I put in my salad. I usually get that tub of spring mix. Right?
Okay.
Spring mix.
Okay.
I get all the peppers, the yellow, the green, the orange, the red.
Okay.
I usually put mushrooms in there. I put tomatoes, right? Cucumbers.
Okay.
There you have it.
Okay.
That's a typical salad for me.
With a little meat, with a protein on the side.
Yep. You could do you can do chicken. You could do salmon. You know, you can do steak if you want.
Can we
to.
see?
Okay.
Can we
Down
season it?
Yeah, I season my food.
Okay, good.
Just no sugar.
Okay.
Yeah, I do onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. You know,
Okay.
you can do
Jerk
herbs
chicken?
and spices.
You can do some jerk
I
chicken?
can do yeah.
That's not bad.
I can do that.
That's not
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
Yeah.
bad. Change that grocery list.
hey, matter of fact, if you gonna eat like this with us, y'all, put me in the comments right
Yeah.
now.
You just gotta lay off that sugar, like the sweet potato, the carrots. That's all starchy. Like you don't need that right now. You don't need it right now while your knees are hurting. We need to heal first. Right
That's a
now,
good
your
point.
knees are shot because of the sugar, and the watermelon. Yeah, no. Like, you remember the 5? What are they? You remember what I said?
Mangoes, pineapples,
Grapes.
watermelon, grapes, and bananas.
Yep.
Yep.
And
That's it.
Literally
I eat
the
those.
only things I buy.
Yeah, me
yeah.
too.
Yeah, but that's why you're hurting.